the Parastalkers. You didn't see that. It didn't happen. Hello, everyone. How are we? Oh, boy. Have you noticed we're in separate houses? Bless the Rona and the offerings that's placed upon this household. My poor husband, Roman, has the Rona, but we wouldn't have even known he had it, except that he did a test at work because he works in the mines. They have to test every couple of days or something because they're not allowed on the mine sites if they've got the Rona. And he tested positive, which was a shock to him and a shock to me and a shock to everyone. So he's locked away in the spare room. I did think about throwing myself in there and snogging the old man and getting it over and done with and getting the Rona myself. And I went, you know what? No, I've just got over bronchitis and asthma. I've still got my asthma and I am not going to go and try and get Rona. So I tested straight away and I am negative, and I've just done my day 2 test and I am still negative. But it means I have to isolate, which means poor Renata, poor Auntie Renata, has to sit alone in her non-air conditioned room at home, suffering. Are you suffering, lovely?
I am. Can you see? I'm suffering.
Yeah, you're glistening. That's all it is. You're just glistening. And hello to everyone that's coming on. I've had a bit of a tantrum over the last couple of days. Let's just say I don't do well being completely on my own. I don't like it. So I've been trying very hard to work on our trip. And today I just went, you know what? No, I'm not even going to do that. I did a little bit this morning and then I just sat around and watched TV for the rest of the day. My husband's quite enjoying himself being off work for a few days. He's still working in the home office. But the minute he found out he was COVID positive and was sent home, he walked through the front door, took all his clothes off, and they haven't gone back on since. So I'm very glad he is now in the spare room. But every now and then he just pops out to go and grab something or go to the bathroom or whatever. And he might drop something on the floor and bends over to get it. And I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I don't need this in my life right now. Yeah, so I think
I think we should invite him for a walkthrough.
Oh,
Robert! Robert!
I didn't see what Robert said.
Oh my God. Robert!
Jesus, very interesting.
He's paying for Roman to come through and do a walkthrough. I'm telling you.
He's paying for Roman not to come through and do a walkthrough.
Who would give money for Roman to come and do a naked walkthrough?
No, don't pay him because he will do it. And apart from that, he can't come in here because I'd have to put my mask on. He's Ronified. Oh my God. Thank you, Robert, so much. No snogging the Ronified.
Oh boy.
Oh, you are just honest to God. Thank you. Yeah, you're right. For those who are fully vaccinated, it is just a cold flu. That's the whole beauty that we've been triple vax. So we didn't really even notice that he had it. If he wasn't vaccinated, I think it would be a different story. But luckily, he's just got a bit of a headache and he had a bit of a scratchy throat. He just thought he'd been talking too much. Okay. So let's get our cards up. We've got 1, 2, 3s to put up the bag. So the way we're going to do it, got Spencer here. I'm just going to put to wide view. Oh no, not remove. There we go. So wide view. Renata, tell them what the 1, 2, 3 cards are about while I put them up.
So the 1, 2, 3 cards are there for the end of this session. And if you do not get a reading from us during this next hour, what we do is we tell everyone at the end of the afternoon to either choose card 1, 2, or 3. And we will do a generalized reading for you all. So you still kind of think about your question and then pick a card, either 1, 2, or 3. It's about not changing your mind, of course. Once you've picked your card, stay with it, and then we will reveal the cards at the end and tell you what they mean. And what I will do is I will do the same here, but I'll be giving my cards a shuffle and just picking 1, 2, and 3 at the end of the evening.
Well, that's what I'm doing here for you. I'm putting up the tarot cards. That's what I've organised to do.
Oh, okay, all right.
So there's 1, there's 2, and there's 3. Now I've just got to pick up the ones I lost. So there you go. And I'm using the that one today, which is the Druid Craft Tarot deck. So for those who don't know who we are, the one with the name Renata is Renata, and I'm Anne. Normally we do this together, and what happens is that we get you to ask your question, and then we just randomly scroll through, and we'll pick some people that will get a reading. We do prefer if you ask a specific question rather than just a random. And please remember, the Facebook feed does jump around a lot, so sometimes your question will get skipped. Please feel free to ask it again, but please don't spam it by asking your question, typing it, enter, or cutting and pasting, enter, enter, enter. If I see that sort of thing going on, that gives me the poos, and I'm not likely to pick you. So I'm just going to go for a bit of a scroll. Right.
Hey, Anne, do you remember what our episode tomorrow is for the podcast?
We did Hushka.
Yep.
Or Hauska. When did we've done the possession one, haven't we?
Yeah.
I've got it here somewhere. Oh, an Australian one. And we've been there. We've had our own experiences. Do you remember?
I can't.
Jenolan Caves.
Oh, Jenolan Caves. Yes, yeah. Jenolan Caves. Absolutely. Great story. Great story, because we tell you all about the history of how the Jenolan Caves came about to be opened up to tourists, and the early history of the house, and how kind of everything in there has a haunted story. And because we've been there ourselves, we talk about our own experiences there. So it's an awesome podcast.
It is.
Episode.
It is. I can't remember if we lose our poop or not. All right, come on, Renata, get on there. Messages from Spirit I've entitled today's show. So because that's what we call our tarot show when we do the Naughty and Nice Oracle, Naughty, Tarot, whatever it is show that we do. So I thought, let's put messages from Spirit up. You've got your first question there from Erin. Do I have a message from my guardian angel or her guardian angels? And can I please have a naughty card as well? So this is from Erin Forrester.
Hello, gorgeous Erin.
Hey, Erin. I'm sorry I didn't make it on last night.
Erin and I did a big talk on Gloucester last night, and our ghost tours. Absolutely loved it. And hopefully she'll have that part of that recorded and we can post it up so that it can be shared with everyone, because it was a really, really lovely evening to talk to Logan, not to Logan, to Erin. I'm just saying hello. I'm saying hello to Logan on YouTube from the US. So hello, Logan. Nice to have you here. But I have a card. What was the question? I'm squirreled.
Do I have a message from my guardian
I got it.
angels?
Yes, that's it. That's it. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you have the Queen of Swords here, Erin. And the Queen of Swords is just saying to you, just keeps taking one step at a time forward. That's all. That's all you need to know. At this stage, you're doing everything that you should be doing. You don't need to do anything else. Just keep your eye on moving forward one day at a time. And see if you can get some. I know you were staying with some friends this weekend or over the last week, but just make sure you get out and just enjoy yourself when you can at the moment, Erin, and get some fresh air.
Swap that butterfly with the big stick, because I think it's a moth. It's going to lay eggs on things and eat them. So take that big stick and swat it, okay? That's the message from Auntie Anne, but I'll give you a naughty card as well. Renata, tell people about our naughty cards.
Okay, so we have a deck of naughty cards that we created last year called the Frightfully Good Oracle cards. And they are a set of naughty and nice cards with channeled messages. Channeled messages from the naughty and nice ghosts, spirits.
Channeled, yes. Well, actually, one of them was.
Yeah, channeled messages. There they are. Some of them are in your face because that's the way we like it.
A little blunt.
And some of them are just lovely and sweet.
Not many.
But what you will find is Anne will read those tonight, so you'll get an idea. These are $25 a packet, and we have them on sale on our webpage at Anne and Renata Frightfully Good. You can go there right now.
Look at that. Christy's popped it up the link.
Order yourself a packet of these beauties. And I tell you what, if you want good
and a coffee mug, get a coffee mug.
Answers, get yourself these cards.
All right. So, Erin, you wanted to know what your guardian angels are trying to tell you. Apparently, you must be mulling over something that you're thinking about doing, and they're telling you the time to act is not right now. You need more information. So a little bit more study, a little bit more Googling to get all the information that you need so you can make a proper informed decision. Okay? Love from the naughty aunties. And this naughty auntie's had half a glass of wine and I'm off my chops already.
TJ Paranormal is asking, Anne, can spirit attach to you during the spirit box session?
I can't find where that is. So who is it?
It's on YouTube. TJ Paranormal is asking, can spirit attach to you during the spirit box?
If you think of a telephone and you're talking to someone over the telephone line, are they able to reach out and touch you or interact with you? I would say no. And apart from that, for me, an attachment comes down to almost a type of permission, where you are forgetting that you are the boss and you say who can come through and interact with you. And at the end of the session, close it down and say, no more, please. Thank you so much for your communication we've had, but now you must step back and I remove the permissions I've given you. And then I've never had an attachment come through a spirit box, ever. I have at the jail, I've had something that lingers, almost like when you get poo stuck on your shoe and it sort of gets in the tread and it lingers for a few days and you go, oh, that just doesn't feel right, doesn't smell right. And then you realize that there's poo on your shoe and you go and wash it off, or you realize that you've got maybe a bit of an icky entity or energy that's hanging around you and you just wash it off. You say, go away, go back to where you came from. You're not welcome. I didn't give you permission to hang around here. And I normally go and have a shower and use some of Daniela's beautiful after ghost hunting wash that she has as well, because that's just nice. That's special. All right, what am I doing? You've completely discombobulated me.
I think also that people.
I've just realised Roman hasn't plugged my laptop in, and I've got 10% battery left. Let me give you a question. There you go. Can you see that?
I was just going to say, I think because people watch a lot of TV and on TV, they tend to always say that there's some demonic voice coming through. It can scare people to believe that all of this is very, very kind of not
it's
right,
TV.
and we can't protect ourselves. But yeah, if you don't
We
know
are
what
the
you're doing,
masters.
don't play with it. That's the most important thing. If you don't know what you're doing, don't play with it. Get the
And
right advice.
you'll
Learn
get a
about your
rash.
equipment. Learn about your equipment. Other than that, don't.
And
Reading
realise it's
Kayla
not fear.
Marie.
Nothing to do with fear.
Kayla Marie, thank you. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. I'm going to draw a card for you. So I've just given the cards a shuffle. And the card that has come up is Justice. This is where you sit right now, Kayla. You are wanting return for the amount of energy that you've put into something. And you have to be very careful that between what you want and what is required to have happen is a little bit of a wide berth. So you may want something to happen in your time frame, but this card is kind of saying time is not right. It's a bit hard right now to get exactly what you want. If you put any more pressure on getting a result right now, it's going to backfire in your face. So if you want justice, if you want the right result, you have to kind of step back and let the universe get on with what needs to be done. You've put it in motion. You can't put any more pressure on it, my sweet. I hope that makes sense for you.
Okay, well, I've plugged it in and it's still saying to me, battery running low. To continue using your battery, plug it in or shut it down and change the battery. I'm like, I have. Oh, anyway, let me give you someone else to look at while I keep problem solving. Solving. Hi, Logan. Ah, yes, the good old podcast. And have you noticed the ads, everyone? We're monetized. Oh, it's very exciting. We make about $1.50 a day. Beck Budson, welcome to the show, Beck.
Oh, and that's I'm just looking at what's coming through YouTube, and what you'll find there is a post that is labeled Anne and Renata Ghost Hunters. And Christy has just reminded me that she's got some really awesome sprays that you can get from her that are cleansing and clearing sprays. So just get onto spellsandspirits.com.au. And TJ, if you are worried about contaminating in any way your energy, grab a spray from her, and it works wonders. It really does. Now, Beck, any messages for me? Here we go. And Beck, you had the Four of Wands. And the Four of Wands is about choosing wisely at the moment who you are collaborating with, who are your closest allies, who you're talking to and what you're saying to them. Because sometimes gossip gets out of hand. And if you know anyone within your group that's a little bit of a gossiper, now is not the right time to be revealing things that you need to be keeping close to your heart. Now, unless you want to catch somebody out, I wouldn't advise saying anything to anyone about your plans or what you are doing right now. Keep them close to your heart and only tell those people that those plans are affecting. Keep everything else quiet, because there are murmurings and things happening around you and behind you. And the less you are involved in those murmurings and the gossip that is going on, the better off for your future it's going to be.
And just remember, gossip gives you gangrenous ears. It's a fact. All right, so Beck, I'm going to let you know what your spirit team wants you to know. I'm going to shuffle the Frightfully Good Naughty Oracle cards with no talent whatsoever, and they're going to give you the message of what you need to know right now that they would like to tell you themselves, but they're struggling to get the message through. Oh, girlfriend, throw your head back. spit into the wind and show them what you've got. All those naysayers who say you can't do things. Well, do you know what? You're very capable, and it's time you step up and bloody show them. Not from the naughty aunties. That one was channeled by Renata.
Well, my spirit guide,
Your
my
spirit
beautiful
gods?
spirit.
From Logan's from the US. Oh, let us know where you're
Yeah.
all from, everyone. Woohoo! Kerry Harcum. Could I have a card, please? Will the rest of the year be disaster free?
No, Kerry.
Let's
No.
hope today's not anything to go by. We're
Let's just
flying
say
to
no.
England in 5.5 weeks. Yay!
Kerry, all I can say to you is always have a plan B. Always have something that you can fall back on.
There is no plan B for England, Renata. We're going.
There's no, just have a plan B just in case things go a little bit awry, because we are not in control of so much at the moment that it is making people very, very fearful. And I know this question well. A lot of people are asking whether the rest of the year is going to be disaster free or not. Depends on how well you're planning things. And that's why I said always have a plan B. Make sure you have a backstop just in case something doesn't turn out the way you wish it to. And I've drawn this card again. This is a card that came out with the last one, but your interpretation is a little bit different. You can depend on people that are close to you, as opposed to the other lady who I was talking to, who I said, don't gossip about what you want to do, because that can get around and just spoil things. You can depend on the people that are around you. But again, depend on yourself first and foremost. Be your own hero right now. Pick yourself up. Don't wait for somebody else to help and assist you. Learn to stand on your own feet and do the things that are required. And that's why I go back to this plan. Put things in motion so that things can run smoothly. Don't wait for the universe to get everything right for you. My God, the universe is busy right now trying to save its own ass. So we are all left as creatures on this earth right now to look after ourselves. Do not be asking the universe to send you a sign. Do not be asking the universe to save you. The universe is busy, right? Saving us all from catastrophe right now. So send the universe love. Send the universe love and patience and everything else you can throw at it and go, here you are. I'm giving you this. And guess what? I'm going to look after myself. I will take the burden off you. I'm going to look after myself. That's what we need to do right now. Please look after yourself.
Andrew, don't worry. We've got the army first, and then they've got the army reserves. Then they've got the army reservists who have left the army reserves, and they actually have to stay available for service up to 3 or 4 years, I do believe. I know that because my son still has 18 months left to go that he can be called up. So we are shitting bricks for our son. I'm pretty sure you will be safe, Andrew. And look, you were worried about getting onto maths. Look how much life has changed in just a moment. It sort of makes everything go into perspective, doesn't it? And
I know. I know.
Logan said, have you guys ever been scared by a certain place or spirit to the point where you've wanted to leave? I've been scared by humans that I want to leave.
I have been scared by humans and I have left because they've terrified me of what could come next. Absolutely.
Oh, really?
But I haven't really. Yeah. Out at, I won't mention the place.
Tell me off air.
Yeah. But it's, by a spirit, no.
Not the spirits, but humans.
I've felt uncomfortable in places and I haven't been allowed to go into spots. I've had to ask permission before I've entered.
Remember that time at Tasmania?
Yeah.
You couldn't physically walk in the room, and then through the spirit box you asked permission, can they come in? And then they eventually said yes. And then you were allowed to walk in.
Yeah, I was allowed to walk in. So sometimes they check you out and they go, oh, you got to prove yourself. You know, who the duck do you think you are? and you just wait patiently until they come and they have a good sniff around and see whether you're okay. And then you just say again, am I allowed to come in? Can I come in?
Oh,
And they will eventually let you in. You will feel the energy change, and they let you come in. But I think
they're starting a drinking game, Renata. Every time I interrupt you, you've got to have a throwback of wine or something.
but yeah, no, I haven't as yet. I haven't as yet, Logan, and I've got to say that because you just never know when the next, what the next site is going to be like, or what the next connection is going to be. So, from my point of
I
view,
have
no.
I have been with experienced paranormal investigators at a location where they started saying to me, "It's coming," because we could actually see the hallway getting darker and darker, and it felt like this presence were coming towards us. And they've all gone, "We've got to leave. We've got to leave. Run, everyone! Let's get out of here." And I'm going, "No, this is what I'm here for. I want to have this experience. I want to know what's going on." And because at that stage I'd only been doing investigating for about 3 or 4 years, I followed them out, and I regret that to this day, that I didn't stand my ground and see, was it our imagination, or was it an actual entity that was coming forward. I didn't feel threatened or in fear, but I didn't have the expertise or the knowledge to be able to stand up for myself and go, "Look, guys, no, I don't think this is something. I would like to stand here and watch what happens." Hello,
Yeah.
Patty.
And
Um,
that's really hard to do when the whole group is left, because it's an unsafe environment for you too. You should
yeah,
never try and stay out in that circumstance on your own. You should always have a backup, even if they're standing around the corner, or if you've got a walkie-talkie or a mobile phone the close by where you can go, look, I'm going to stay, but stay on the mobile phone just
they've
in
dared
case.
you to
And
do a walkthrough, Roman, when you're
I
naked.
need.
You've got a mask on. It's all right. If he
Oh,
comes through with a mask over his sacred bush, we're in trouble. I don't think that's how they're meant to be. Sorry. Sandra wants to know, can you please tell me, does my dad have a message for me?
oh, Sandra. Okay. Oh, I don't know why, Sandra. I got straight away. Do you remember? And you may not. There's a TV show that used to be on, and it was called Mr. Ed, and it was
Oh, the
about a
talking
talking
horse.
horse. And I wonder whether that means anything for him, and whether he and you may have watched it together, or it was one of his favourite shows. But the card that came up as a message point from your dad is the Five of Cups, which is this one here. And he would be saying to you right now, because he has passed, and it's always great to have hindsight and to kind of know after the event that you should have thought about things differently. But this is what he's saying to you: don't waste your time on the things that have not turned out in your life, because it is, in the end, a waste of time. You cannot fix them, and they're not to be fixed. So especially if this is a relationship thing, if this is someone that you have kind of put your heart to and it has not turned out, don't sit there wishing it had been different. Go out and start afresh and find the right people around you that respect you, honor you, and will give you the love that you're wanting.
And I don't know why, but I had the overwhelming urge to go, I don't know if that means something. Is that something that you used to do? I just had to go, and I'm not doing it to you or to Renata or anyone. I just had to do it. Anyway, let's go over to Nina, because she is from Europe, my friend. Whatever you do, whether you pray or you send out good wishes or good vibes, we are sending it all out to Europe right now with all that nonsense that's going on around the Ukraine and Russia. Anyway, There you go, Renata. What am I manifesting currently but unaware of it? I'm in the craft since 2019. Would love details on my ascension from Spirit Sagittarius. Greetings from Europe. There you go, Nada. I knew you'd love that one.
Okay, Nina, number one, you can't be manifesting and not being aware of it. You just can't. You can't, because whatever you manifest is in the forefront of your mind. You are continually thinking about it, continually. So in this manifestation process, right, you cannot say you are unaware of what you are doing, because it is something that you are thinking about continuously.
You're bypassing.
Is at the forefront of your mind, and this might be a worry, it might be a stress, or it might be something that you are inadvertently manifesting because you are fixating on the negative and not the positive. So part of the strategy for you, Nina, is to turn those thoughts around and to consider the things that you have and that are working, and work on a plan of what you wish to see your life looking like. And this is when you grab control of manifestation, and this is when you start to actually become a conscious creator of your life. So life isn't happening to you, it is happening with you and because of your thoughts. So if you are in the craft, if you want to really use and empower yourself with the information that you are gathering, you must do it correctly. And you must now change your mindset. It's no good reading books, buying crystals, getting sage, all of that sort of stuff, fiddle-farting with that, and then nothing up here changes. This is where all of the magic happens, up here. So find a mentor, find a group, keep watching really positive podcasts, listening to them, or people online that you can really kind of admire and say, this is a real mentor for me. I really like what they are saying or what they are doing. Watch their processes and repeat them. Do them for yourself, but change the mindset or it's not going to work. And own it. Own your thoughts, own them, and change them. Thank you.
Just like to say, I look like a Cocker Spaniel. Oh, I'm glad you love the naughty and nice cards. Stace would like to know if there's any messages from her daughter tonight, please. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Stace. Let me give these cards a big shuffle.
And I'll have another sip of wine.
I see lots of beads around her, like little pretty coloured beads or jewellery. And I go back to the beads because the thing that's attracting me when I'm talking about the beads are the amber beads that you can buy, something like this, like these. But I see these beautiful beads around her, and coloured, lots of little colours, things that are bright and shiny. And she may be actually leaving you messages like that, where you're finding little things that are bright and shiny out of the way, and you wouldn't expect those things, just little things that are catching your eye, and you go, oh, how come I found that? That's really weird that I found that little thing right now. Pick them up and put them like in a little jar or a little container. They will add up very, very quickly. And each of those is a little sign from her that she is around you and that she is watching you. But the card from the top is the Three of Swords. And of course, the Three of Swords is about heartache and about the trauma of losing something that is precious and feeling that you have no way of influencing that. And there may be someone that is actually standing in your way from actually completing a grieving process. Maybe there is someone there that keeps on saying to you, "Oh, just get over it. Just move on. It's, you should be over it." And we all get over things in our own time. And sometimes the best way to help people get over things or get past things or help them get through things is to actually offer a safe space where you can really say what is on your heart without feeling that you've got to fix it or that you've got to give advice or anything. Just be a listening, a space for listening. And you might need to find yourself someone that can actually do that for you, even if it's a counselor or a therapist to help and assist you through. But yeah, I can understand why this card has come up. And she's saying, look, if it's too tough for you, if it's really hard at the moment, get some help, talk to someone about it. You don't have to go through all of this yourself. There are people out there that will listen and help, but also don't listen to the people that are just saying, get over it. That's 1950s thinking. It's not 2020
You've had
thinking.
enough time now. Get over it. Move on. No, not at all. I have actually had to deal with a lovely lady today who is suffering from grief, and I sort of had to put two and two together to realise what was going on. Once I realised, and my heart just went out to her. Just got a question there. I have an app on my phone that shows stick figures. Is it real? There are so many false readings you can get from those apps. I don't know exactly how they're set up. I would be dubious. I know Amy's Crypt have got one out. What's that one called? Renata?
I don't know, but you've got to remember that if they're an app or if they're not a real SLS, then they're creating stick figures from anything that has the parameters of what might look like a shape that would have a head, two arms and two legs. So they will just map out that shape so that it fits into the parameters of a stick figure. And it may be a chair or it may be a shadow on the wall. It may not have anything to do with a spirit at all, but the parameters of the design of the program doesn't give enough scope for it to work. And also you've got to check whether it can only pick things up in light or whether it can do it in complete darkness. So there are always kind of false positives with these particular readings. And we remember Bill Chappell talking to us about the thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars he spent trying to invent the SLS.
$300,000.
Yeah, and it still wasn't perfect. He was okay with it, but he said it could still be improved. And so you've got something that cost $100,000 as compared to an app that is on your phone. So do the math.
And there's also, if you have a light source behind you and you're casting a shadow, and you might not even be able to see it, it will map it as a stick figure. If you are standing in front of a shiny surface, and sometimes even gloss paint will reflect you, it will map it as a stick figure. Even when you're in the dark and you're using IR, infrared, if you have an infrared light source behind you, you're actually casting a shadow in the dark. It casts a shadow and it will map you as a stick figure. And you say to them, can you wave your hand at me like this? And all of a sudden the stick figure's doing that and you're going, oh, it's intelligent communication. No, it's your shadow. It's mapping your shadow. So you need to understand a lot more about the information on how they work.
And you've got to just understand how far that will go. And just understand that, sometimes it's not doing what you're hoping it's going to do. It just doesn't have the intelligence or power to do it. There's only so much an app can do.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Jess. She had to put her cat to sleep last week and wants to know if she could get a message from her or a card. Oh, beautiful lady. That's just so heartbreaking. I'm sorry you've lost a family member.
They are just so much a part of the family, aren't they? Really, they are. All right. Okay, here comes a card for Jess.
Ghost Tube, thank you.
Oh, okay. It's the Temperance card. That is really interesting. So your beautiful little pussycat is still around you, still watching, and you might feel the presence of your little beautiful fluffy friend, especially at night when you're going to bed. And I'm not sure whether your pussycat, I don't know whether it was male or female, had a specific smell, whether you use some sort of powder or something on it and would, make it smell really nice or whatever. Because I'm getting a lot of smells coming through with your pussycat as well. But he's certainly around at the moment, or she. They're not leaving you anytime soon. So, just keep calling and you will feel your pussycat's presence at the moment. Yeah, so they're still there.
Does the Necrophonic app something that works? Once again, anything that's an app that gives permission to access your microphone or location, be very wary of. I like to use them with headphones, and the person listening to them on the headphones just calls out whatever they hear, and then you ask questions. And if they start to give you answers, it's called the Estes method. If they start to give you answers, then it's really interesting. But if you're just listening to it and you're asking questions, then your brain is listening for a specific answer that you're hoping to get. So if you've heard that there's a ghost of George there and you say, "What is your name?" You're going to be listening for George, and anything that sounds even remotely like George, it's going to go, "Oh, yeah, that was George." So your brain gets programmed to listen for things. So I'd strongly suggest using headphones. Oh, okay. Just scrolling because I know I've got portable tree. Don't say that word. We've got Sharon Howell here. Welcome to the show, Sharon, who just says, "Can I get a reading, please?"
Here we go. Oh, you've got the strength card, my sweet. So this is asking you at the moment to just gather your energies, keep them close to you, and don't overdo things. So you think you might be running out of time, and you're always pushing against everything to try and get things done, but you're also overloading yourself when it comes to everything that you do, and you just keep on picking up things and trying to do everything for everyone. And this card is asking you to slow down, girl, or you're going to get extremely sick and you won't be able to cope with anything. You're overdoing things. And actually, you've got plenty of time. So that the more we think we have little time, the less time we seem to have. So just allow yourself to slow down and do the things that are of most importance for you.
Okay, where are we up to? Love your work. First saw you on Oz at Butterfield. Can't wait till the new episodes come out. I'm so excited. Think you're both fab. Oh, thank you. Doing the best for two old bags, aren't we, Renata? Would love a reading. Blessings, T. We can't see what your actual name is because it's coming up as Facebook user, but T, we'll give you a reading.
Okay, T, here's your card.
Oh, Jess said it was a female cat. Sorry.
Oh, nice. Okay. You have the the Eight of Cups here. And this is a good card, even though it looks like a bit of a dark card. And you have this gentleman seemingly walking away with the moon shining over his shoulder.
Oh.
This is a bit of a mental health card, and it talks about if there has been stress, anxiety, depression around you. You're doing a great job at keeping it at bay, and you're working towards really, really stepping away from the things that are creating this in your life. So keep up the good work. Really, really keep up the good work. You're finally seeing what's really important in your life, and those things that you kind of don't need to think about anymore as being vital and having to be done, because really they're not. You're just being able to say, no, I don't care about that anymore. And that's awesome. So keep going. Great work, T.
Oh, that's good to hear, Robert, that you're from the unflooded central Queensland. Stay safe. Stay safe and keep up the work with those beautiful stones you've been working on. I've been so enjoying them. Okay, just scrolling. There is a plan B, Britain. Geez, we are. Hi, Joanna. Welcome to the show from the Central Coast, not far. We are doing another tarot show on the Central Coast, the Messages from Spirit show at the Wyong Milk Factory. We will be there on the 9th of March. There's already a good chunk of tickets sold for that one, so make sure you book in because we're going to be back up in the smaller room this time rather than the big barn we were in last time. Shannon said, my first time seeing you now. Saw your show advertised at the Milk Factory. Looking forward to it. Please see if my spirits have any messages. All right, Shannon, you're going to get a little pre-taste of what it's all about. So I thought I might use because we normally call it Tarot Thursday free or something like that. And I thought, no, we'll call it Messages from Spirit because that's what we call the show that we do.
Yep.
And hello from Gloucester. If the lovely people from Gloucester are watching us tonight, we're very lovely ladies. You would love us to come up there.
Okay, so your spirit, your spirit team have picked this card out. Yep, this beautiful one, the Queen of Swords. And she is asking you to make sure that what you present to the world is actually the same thing that is coming from your heart. So if you are wearing a big mask, Shannon, and putting this mask on in front of people and kind of saying to them, oh, everything's okay, and I'm like this, and, you know, you're spending hours to try and work out whether you're going to be pleasing for everyone else, and you're doing your hair and wearing clothes that you think, you know, are going to make you look the way that you need to look in society so that everyone likes you, but inside something else is going on. This card is saying just make sure that you are strong inside as well as outside, yeah, and balance out the two, because that mask will drop if something really happens to you. And I'm not saying it's going to, but if something happens that really rocks your boat, yeah, and gets you in a stressful situation, you won't be able to wear that mask and get through. So be really, really honest and truthful with yourself and go, do I really need to put these appearances on? Are people not going to like me if I'm really my true self and if I really tell them, you know, what I like and how I think about things? And if they kind of don't like you, piss them off. They're not your people. Find your people that like you for who you are.
Welcome Karen from Ladley, Penny from Orange, Janine from Melbourne, Danielle from Snowy Island. Oh, it's snowing in Ireland. JD from the Hunter Valley. Oh, Bronwyn's got a gastro outbreak in Sydney. Things have literally gone to shit. That happened with my father last week. I had a shitty week. It was really bad. Ended up putting him in hospital, the poor thing. Good heavens, look at the time. We're flying through it. I'm just trying to scroll through because I know that I'm just going to go for a big scroll, and get down further. Right, Sarah, welcome to the show, Sarah Acton. Will everything work out for my mum, please?
Okay, Sarah, your mum is hard work, and it will work out for her if she bends a little bit and just allows people to work around her and to help her and assist her. And this is a thing that she's got to work through and deal with. And the card that I have gotten for her is the Devil card. So she can be her own worst enemy, and she's got to stop this right now. She's got to listen to advice, and she's got to take some heed of that advice if it is being given. And I hope that she recognizes that this is a turning point in her life and that she does allow people to help her and stops trying to do everything and being in charge, because it's not going to help her at this point in time. So I am hoping that everything does turn out for her, but this is a thing that she's got to work on.
Christine from Iowa. Wow, what time is it over there? And we've got Skies in Bathurst. Oh no, she was from Bathurst once. Vermont. What time is it in Vermont? Well, you guys get up early to see the show. All right, I'm sort of jumping towards the end a little bit here. Faye Allen, welcome to the show. She would like a card, please.
Okay, Faye, this one's for
John's
you.
finally back on. Hi, John. Oh, Rocky Road. Oh my God, I love Rocky Road. The Darrell Lee Rocky Road. Nothing beats it. Nothing.
Okay, Faye, are you feeling as though you're just surrounded by your problems at the moment and you really don't know how to work through them? And you just feel so trapped. And every time you solve one thing or you find a solution for something, something else pops up. Well, join the queue. We're all like that at the moment. You may have just a little bit more difficulty than most other people that are around you. And yeah, the one suggestion that I have for you is do one thing at a time, just one thing at a time, because when you look at all of it, it compounds and you go, I cannot cope with the big picture. I can't do anything. But if you break things down and just go one thing at a time, you will find that you can work through them slowly. But hiding from it all and pretending, well, not pretending, but feeling that you can't do anything about it isn't going to help.
It's like one of my favorite sayings is, how do you eat an elephant? When you think of, you've got the biggest problems on this earth and it's overwhelming, how do you eat an elephant? One mouthful at a time. If you just do one mouthful at a time, you eventually will get through all of it. Don't try to do it all at once because you can't fit it in your mouth. I've had that problem before. Hurts, doesn't it? Anyway. Hello, Sarah from Gloucester. Sarah would like to know if there's any messages coming her way, please.
Ah, Sarah. Okay, Sarah from Gloucester. Okay, Sarah from Gloucester, 5 of coins. Are you considering doing some work around the house, spending some money, needing to do some renovations, putting some work into that area that you're staring at and going, oh, God, I could use some money to fix that because that's a big issue. This is a card that talks about the family home and that connection to home, and that, again, every time you tend to fix something, something else breaks. But you may have just owned all of that for years and years and years and years, and everything's just breaking right now. So it's not bad luck. It's not bad timing. It just is what it is. And maybe you do need to upgrade some of the things that are around you, like your washing machine or, your water system or whatever it might be. And so instead of kind of going, oh, God, that's broken as well, and it's sort of all keeping you poor and you're feeling you're poor, and totally understand how that
You
feels.
said all this. I was going to say, just slow down, woman.
It's just that time that these things are happening all at once. But once they're fixed, you're probably going to have another 10 years of not having to worry about it.
Oh, sorry, guys. There are so many questions coming in tonight. We've got really behind. I'm trying to scroll. I'm just like randomly scrolling and then stopping and see if there's any specific questions. Oh, hi, Nicole. How are you? Leanne Price. Let's give Leanne a card. Now, don't forget, if you've missed out on a one-on-one reading tonight, there is still another way to get a reading, and it's over here with Spencer. Spencer is taking care of the cards tonight. You can choose 1, 2, or 3, and you get a Frightfully Good card and a tarot card. You get a reading from both of us. So whatever you're drawn to first is the one that you go to. Don't go, oh, I'm going to pick one, but then you hear one, you go, no, I don't like that. And then you hear 2, you go, oh, yeah, 2's better. I think 2 was meant for me. No, doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. Oh, my puppies are here too. I don't know if you can see.
Leanne, are you feeling that someone is meddling in your affairs or stopping you from getting to something that you're really wanting, something that you're desiring, and someone's just in the way, standing in the way, going, no, you're not going to have that. I'm going to make sure you're not going to have that. Sounds like my father. He used to do that all the time. You're not going to have that. What do you want that for? We have desires. We have things that we would wish would happen for us for our own specific and special reasons. And you know what? Sometimes people love to shit you off and go, no, I'm going to make sure you don't get that. So kind of don't sort of think that whatever you're dreaming about is not for you. Work out a different way of getting to it. Work out a different way of trying to make that dream come true. And you might find that this is just temporary, the stage that you are in right now. And 6 months down the track, everything will be much easier for you to try it again and try and get to that destination that you're trying to get to. But at the moment, life's a little bit complicated and people are standing in your way.
I like it. Robert said, I found my people in this lot. You all get the movie quotes and references I put out. It's true. I love the conversation that goes on in the background while we're doing our thing here. And to all those people who have sent super stickers or super comments on YouTube or have sent stars on Facebook, thank you so much. We really do appreciate the fact that you enjoy what we do and have showed your appreciation by sending those things to us. And it does help us at the moment. We are trying to get away to England in 5.5 weeks, and it has cost somewhat more than we expected, at least double, if not triple. So anything that you have sent our way, we are truly appreciative of. And I hope you enjoyed what we've put out. Make sure you've also joined us on YouTube. We do have a YouTube account. There's loads more content over there, loads more coming, particularly when we start our naughty and nice road trip of the UK, and then we go over to Ireland and we do the Sacred Bush and Holy Holes, which Guy is working on a t-shirt for us all. And I saw a bit of a preview today, and it's looking pretty good. I like it. So there'll be a very limited edition on the t-shirts. It will be a pre-order, and we will send them out just before we head out, because we'll be gone for a month. And you can only order it that one time. And once they're ordered and paid for, they get posted out and you don't get a second shot. We won't be doing a second run of them at all. All right, so it is time to choose your cards. Choose the cards. 1, 2, or 3. Look at Renata. She's been commenting through there tonight. Good on you.
I know. It's been interesting to see the other side of what happens
The
beyond the
side.
veil. And they're having a completely different conversation over there. It's like we don't exist.
I know, they're talking amongst themselves. I love it. I love the community that we have built. It's really fantastic. Oh, look at this. Jumanji's picked 2. Sky's gone for 3 tonight. JW's gone for 3. Michaela, I'm sure everyone calls you Michaela. Milaka, is that how you say it? Milaka has gone for 3. I know Renata's called you Michaela before. And thank you for those who have been to the tarot show and are commenting and saying how much they enjoyed it. It means the world to us, because we're not entertainers. We just do what we do. We're just being us. All right, so here we go. Renata, what card are you choosing tonight?
I'm going to go for 3. I'm going to go for 3.
I'm going to go for 3 as well. All right.
Okay.
So, Renata, we have the 8 of Swords.
Oh, the 8 of Swords. Well, that's very similar to the last one that I picked out for that lady, where she is standing in amongst these swords and she just feels as though she's trapped. And what do I do next? Which way do I go? And it's just so hard. I'm just going to stay here. And I can't work it out. It's like I'm completely out of control or out of my depth. So if you've picked number 1, this is how you might be feeling right now. And again, what I say to you all and what Anne said, eat the elephant one bite at a time. Do things one step at a time. And the first thing to do is remove the blindfold. Remove the blindfold before you even take a step and see things the way they really are. Because sometimes we catastrophize and sometimes we make big things out of small issues. especially when they're compounded and we have a lot of issues to deal with. We start to kind of get really nervous and shaky about the fact of how we're going to deal with all of these things. So have a real look at what is important and do that first, and everything else has to wait. But take the blindfold off and see your reality through your eyes. Don't ask anybody else, through your eyes.
Yeah, sorry, this is card 1 that we're starting on. And I actually have a good news card, but please remember Renata is the one with the talent, and I just make shit up. So a little fairy has told me that your dream is about to come true. So there is good news on the horizon for you. Just make sure that you don't blink and miss it. Sometimes we're all so obsessed with the horrible shit going on around us that we forget to look for the good stuff. Look for the good stuff. It's there. All right, next one.
Number 2.
Number 2. Oh, half-naked man, like that. 4 of Swords.
4 of Swords. So 4 of Swords is this card where you're kind of in the winning situation. You've won a battle, but you haven't actually won the war yet. So it's, again, one of these cards that says one step at a time, but at least you're hitting the mark. So this is a card that if you've been asking for a sign that you are on the right path, doing the right thing right now, this card here for you says, yes, you are. Yep. You're pulling away from trauma and needless trauma, and you're getting a grip, you're getting control. So it's an awesome card.
And my card is saying that they just want you to stop and have a little bit of a think before you go any further. Have a really good think about this. Think before you speak, because sometimes we react before we actually stop and think about it. So instead of reacting, just stop, take a moment and think, why are these people reacting the way they are? Instead of me just flying off the handle and telling them off and they're being dickheads, work out why they're doing things the way they are, and that might give you a better insight. Oh, High Priestess. Not sure who that is. There you go.
So that's card number 3?
That is card number 2.
No, you just had card number 2. This is card number 3.
Oh, yeah, but it's number 2 in the tarot deck. Sorry. This is card number 3, which is number 2 in the tarot deck.
Oh, it's a High Priestess, though, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the High Priestess is all about our spiritual side, and that's what we need to be focusing on right now. Once again, asking ourselves, are we feeling in our heart space that we're following our heart? And what can we do? What can we do in this world to just spread a little bit of love for those that are feeling a lot of fear right now? So
that's what we're here for.
Yeah, feel yourself outside of yourself. Just go beyond what you feel is really threatening to you right now, because there are people out there who are really, really suffering. And we ask you right now with this High Priestess card to just step into that energy zone of going, I'm going to send out as much energy for people around me who are feeling really, really stressed as I can. It's a very empowering thing to do, to try to send energy out to try and heal others, or try and
we picked 3. This is our card.
Create a space where you're kind of just sending out peace. And, you can do this by lighting a candle, or doing a 5-minute meditation, or even singing a great song and building that energy, and then going out and going,
I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts.
That energy is going out into the world, and I'm just sending it out there, and whoever needs it right now, can they please take it, because they need to try and recover and be in a less traumatized space.
Oops.
Yeah. So I know that our lovely people who are talking behind the scenes are actually doing the healing work with each other right now, by giving each other space to just chat about shit, and just to kind of allow that stress to dissipate and to go, and to know that there are other people out there who are happy to just talk about chocolate and all the things that kind of are okay in the world.
Love talking about ghosts.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful space, and you come away a little bit energized, and that sense of, I may not have accomplished anything big over the last hour, but I feel so much better. And that's the most important thing for everyone right now. So if you've gotten the High Priestess card, this is a calling for you to take time within the next 24 hours to reach out to someone and to just give them some support. Even to give them a cup of coffee, or just say, hi, I'm thinking of you, or how are you, whatever it might be. Just do that. Just do that. Yeah, be a peacemaker.
I love coconut rough. I've got to think about. That's why I like the Rocky Road Darrell Lee one, because they put coconut rough through it. Oh, I could just rub it all over my body. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we're not going to get to Japan till... Oh, you've got 20 kilos of coconut rough at work today. Anyway, I've got to do my card. I want to give a shout out to the volunteers for Newcastle Ghost Tours because they've had to step up this weekend. I am out. I won't be doing the tours on Friday or Saturday night because I'm in lockdown because my husband has Rona. Managed to dodge it so far. I'll just keep him drinking wine, and that will help get rid of any sort of bugs that might be around. So thank you guys, please. Thank you for stepping up and taking care of Anne and Renata and making sure that we get all 3 tours done over this weekend. You're all the best. Anyway, last card for the night, and I've got a feeling this might be for me more so than you, Renata, because this is the card we picked. You may want it now, but the universe has different plans. Take a seat, chill out, and be patient. You want it right now. You don't care what's happening around. There could be World War III happening right now, but you're going to do it your way anyway, aren't you? Sometimes you just got to step back and just chill out and just let things unfold and then go in. Oh, I hate this card right now. Because we're still fucking going to England. I don't care. We won't fly through the war zones. We're not going Japan Airlines. They were flying over Russia. It's okay. We're fine. We're going Qantas. Nobody wants to blow up an Australian plane because Australians are so cool.
Don't you be even putting that into the mind of anyone or anything, Anne, for goodness sake. Oh, my God.
And thank you, Renee, for saying that I look like a what do they call it? Not a cocker spaniel. The other ones. There's another sort of spaniel. I agree, though. All right. Oh, okay. Poor Trisha. Sorry, Trisha. Me neither, but I'm not that worried about that at the moment. I'm just going to leave him naked in his spare bedroom.
Patricia, if that's going to bring love and joy to someone, you go for it, girl.
And I purchased insurance for both of us just the other day before this happened, so they can't now turn around and go, not covering wars like they did with freaking coronavirus. Bastards. Anyway, Cavalier. That's right, the Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. That's not a bad thing to look like. They're cute. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. I hope we've brought a smile to your face in these horrid times. And for those people who have sent us the super stickers and super comments on YouTube and the stars on Facebook, we really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for showing your support and showing that you love what we do and you've enjoyed our content. Another way you can thank us is just to subscribe on YouTube and make sure you give this show a thumbs up. And we will be back next week, Rona willing, together to continue the shenanigans of Anne and Renata in Messages from Spirit. Thanks for joining us all. Good night.
And don't forget, tomorrow, a new podcast drops, Janelle and Caves.
And we'll see you on
the dark side.
Stay spooky. Bye.
The crack. We'll see you on the crack of the darkness, on the edge.